Who has the biggest penis? Hulk, Thor, or Thanos? How many irons would an Iron Man iron if an Iron Man could man irons? Cable versus Abomination. Do you prefer spiders or men? Tommy Beckhold stole my heart. Hello, I've done it wrong already. Hello and welcome to another edition of Marvel Matters, where we discuss everything that matters about Marvel. So it's in the title. If you didn't get it, you're probably not going to understand the rest of this video either. So today we're going to be doing our first ever hashtag Pitchoff. Now on hashtag Pitchoff, the point of it is to pitch something and do it against each other and see who wins. Like, again, it's in the title. If you didn't get it, you're going to struggle. So do keep yourself nice and attention-wise for both of our pitches. It's going to be me and our guest that I'll introduce in a second. And there's going to be a poll on the end of this video. But also leave your suggestions. Maybe you've got something that you'd change about one of our pitches. Write down in them comment sections there below. And if you look just above the comments, there's also a nice little thing that says about subscribing to our channel and liking our channel. And probably share it to your friends too. And then also comment. And that's my way of doing that thing that everyone does with the don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and stuff like that. But without looking like I'm trying to be popular. So without further ado, today my guest that I also have with me, it's, I'd watch that, Ash.
Hello, I'm back.
Ash, what do you think about your nickname that you've now got?
Yeah, I like it.
Would you watch that?
Yeah, probably.
So, Ash, I'm hoping, because it is there in the title, you know what we're doing today.
Not at all. No, I have no idea.
Right, how do I
yeah, I know what I'm doing.
On this chat. Oh, okay, it does. Okay, good. I thought I was going to have to kick you from the chat. It was going to be very awkward because I would have had to pitch off against myself, and that would have been really hard. So, let's move on from that bit. Obviously, we're both going to do a pitch. I'm going to let you go first because I'm very courteous, and we will hear what you have to say. I'll do my pitch after, and they'll vote for which one they like the most. And the loser buys the winner a beer.
Sounds reasonable.
Obviously, after lockdown, we're not going to break quarantine rules. Don't at us in the comments.
Or I can just order it and deliver you and give them your address.
Just deliver me a Deliveroo single of beer, which you pay more for the delivery than the beer.
I got the plus, so I don't pay for the delivery charge. So,
I mean, all you're doing there, Ash, is just proving that you never cook at home, that you're always ordering delivery, and that's why you need the plus.
Actually, no, that was an accident, but it was mainly for alcohol delivery, in case I can't be asked to go to shops twice.
So, Ash, we're here to help you with your alcohol addiction.
It's not addiction.
Right, Ash, I'm going to pass the floor to you. Tell us, what's your first pitch? Well,
okay.
For this video.
Well, my first pitch would be Ironheart. Morgan Stark, Ironheart. I just really want that. I mean, the way I see it is they might do another flash forwards just to get her young enough to be in the suit of armor that she wears. And in terms of a basic kind of plot line, I kind of want her dad to be like a AI, like Jarvis, like they also have in the comics. And then the plot line would be like maybe her going after the 10 rings because they're probably going to still be around. And yeah, kind of going somewhere along those kind of lines. Maybe eventually after that introduction film, adding her into the next team up of young Avengers from there. But I want to introduce her properly first. Okay,
I could see that. Now, the thing that I want to point out to you is you said about the 10 rings. Now, we know that Shang-Chi, his dad is the Mandarin. It's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 Rings, so therefore we know the 10 rings are going to be involved in that film. Are you going to include Shang-Chi in it, or is this just a completely separate thing that Ironheart has to do?
I imagine it'll probably be a separate thing, but they can't say they don't have to reference him, and there could be where he might be able to be a villain in maybe a future solo film with her.
What, Shang-Chi as a villain?
Mm.
Oh, wow. That would completely change the line that everyone's thought going in. So that would be a complete rogue.
Flip.
It would be a pitch that no one would have thought of, because we shouldn't use that word. So much love, by the way, much love. But yeah,
I don't want to get sued already, Brandon.
hey, I asked their permission. They said we'd rather you didn't, and I'm going to respect that because I respect them. But yeah, I think that's a cool little pitch. Is there any other details you want to add in at all? Do we see a way that Pepper Potts might play a role? Do we see any other people that maybe might have a linear to that? Do we even see Harley Keener, who obviously was so close to Tony Stark?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to say that Harley, I can't even speak. Harley, I can't speak. Him, that's the one. I want him to be in it. I definitely do want to be in it, but maybe not as obviously his superhero identification at this point. But yeah, Pepper Potts will definitely be in it. But as Gwyneth Paltrow did state, she wanted to kind of take a cut back from the extreme exercise and physicality it takes to put into the role. I think it was mainly maybe she'd be like in one scene where maybe like Morgan's going to school, just like getting her ready, but still have it there, because she did say she wanted to do bit parts, but not an entire film.
Cool. We're definitely getting sued by Brooklyn Nine-Nine now. No, yeah, that's pretty cool. I quite like the idea though that maybe Pepper Potts is like constantly, she doesn't want her to be Ironheart, so we don't see her throughout a lot of the film because Ironheart's going off and doing this stuff, but also she has like this whole, I need to get back in time for my mum not to find out what I've been doing.
Kind of like with Peter Parker and Aunt May. But then Aunt May actually turns out to be quite cool with it, whereas I think Pepper Potts probably wouldn't because of what happened to Tony Stark.
Oh, what happened to Tony? He got that.
Brandon,
that's what he got.
Brandon, I love you 3000.
That's your girlfriend watches this, we're in trouble, man.
She won't. She doesn't really like Marvel.
Oh no, yeah, because she hates us. So that was Ash's pitch. Ash's pitch is all about Ironheart following around for the 10 rings, looking over the Mandarin and that kind of element as a villain. And I think that's a really cool pitch, Ash. But I think I can do it better. Now, my pitch is for a film, but I want to elaborate before we get too excited. And that film is Wolverine. But I'm not just going in for a Wolverine film, like, you know, just doing a cop off Logan. Like, that's not what we're going to do here. Because of the troubles with Universal, I strongly believe that Hulk versus Wolverine has legs. But I think they're going to struggle because of the whole legal issue with Hulk having a solo film or Hulk's name being inside a title. Just like that's kind of the reason why, since his original film, which is obviously owned by Universal with Edward Norton Hulk, it's like since then he's not had his own film with his name in it. It's always been that he's just been in team ups or someone else's film. So put him inside Wolverine's film and do Hulk versus Wolverine. And I think it would be an absolutely astonishing film. And the plot would be Hulk versus Wolverine. And that's all. That's all it really needs. Hulk versus Wolverine is a great idea. I think that they end up probably showing either a couple of the X-Men, either whether it's just scenes with Wolverine or whether it's scenes with like them coming in and trying to stop this fight maybe. But also we could get certain Avengers to come in to try and stop Bruce. It'd be quite cool if, like, you know, we've got the Hulk against Wolverine and then Thor turns up and he's like, yo, you're messing with my boy Hulk. And then Professor X comes in and he's like, yo, day one, and just like sends him flying. He's like, whoa, he didn't even touch me. That's crazy. Or something like that. But I think it'd be quite cool if we had Thor and someone else come in trying to separate the fight, ends up leading to a bit of a team fight, and then eventually there's like some reason why they have to come together. Maybe a Sentinel. I quite like the Sentinels. I'd quite like to see one come down. So maybe a Sentinel comes down, and that's the reason why they have to go and like team up. and they realise that maybe they're both good guys, but there's still enough bad blood to lead to the X-Men versus Avengers film down the line. Because I think that needs to get done, right? Like we were talking before about the possibility of like Justice League versus Avengers. And like I think before we get there, we do need to see the X-Men versus the Avengers.
Oh yeah, no, that definitely needs to happen at some point during this MCU.
That's my exact theory there. So my theory is Hulk versus Wolverine, where they fight, probably get a team up bit, and then team up together and realise they're all right. Ash, have you got any questions at all about my theory? Anything you want to poke holes in? Anything? Because remember, if you win, you get a beer.
I mean, yeah, it does sound like a really good plot, and I really would like to obviously have that be made and put into post-production. But the only thing is, how can you, because there's not always going to be a massive fight scene, there has to be that build-up. I think maybe the fight scene could be like near the end, kind of middle end kind of area, but you need kind of something to kind of instigate the fight prior to that.
I would say the thing that we do is we have I can keep hearing my voice and I don't know if it's going to be on the recording. The thing that we should do here is probably have so they fight a few times over the episode. So Hulk keeps going because he's smart now, right? So he keeps going to save the day and going to something to stop something bad happening, and Wolverine's there. And Wolverine's already done it. And he's taken the win. Like we made Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference, he's the Vulture.
Yeah.
He swoops in, he takes all of these like saving things, and Hulk's getting a bit pissed. He's like, "Man, I'm a secret."
Well, again, I don't think Dr. Banner would kind of react that way though. It would only, I mean, in the comic books, it was when Hulk was still kind of rampaging, where he was kind of his not massively dumb but not overly smart self. Kind of think of like Ragnarok as kind of Hulk. So unless they fit it back in like a previous timeline, then it could be that version of the Hulk, because all he cares about is getting the win and fighting.
Yeah. I mean, I think what would be quite cool is if they had, like, Hulk was getting pissed because Wolverine's an arsehole. Because Wolverine is an arsehole. Like, there's no, like, debate about that. So what if Wolverine literally swiped them and then he just puts his hand up, brings down two of his claws, and he's just swearing with his middle claw, right down at Hulk. And Hulk's like, what the hell's this guy doing? What's his problem? And the next time, Hulk's like there, and Wolverine happens to slash him during the middle of the fight, trying to get him away so he can fix everything. And Wolverine's doing this to fix things. He's trying to do the good thing. But actually what he's not realizing is that maybe he could get given some help. And I think that's all of Wolverine's character arc as well. Wolverine's character is he can't accept working in a team and doing all of that. Like he always wants to be the guy that does the win, gets to like the girl or gets the win.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want
I can definitely see a scene in my mind where I guess Professor Hulk goes to have a chat with him, just kind of like find out where he's coming from, like, look, we should team up, blah, blah, blah. And I think because as of Wolverine's, because of the way he is, his persona, he gets really aggressive. And then things just one thing leads to another, and that leads to the second fight.
And what if we actually had Hulk, like, when he gets angry, he turns a bit more like the old Hulk, but he still looks like Professor Hulk. And the truth is, Professor Banner's got a real dark side on him too.
I mean, we already established that in the well, as you can tell by my background, like the first Avengers, he says he got low, he got depressed, he tried putting a bullet in his mouth, and the guy spat it back out. So yeah, I think he does have a dark side, which I think he could lose control over. Plus, the more angry the Hulk gets, the more power he gains, and the more he loses control.
No, yeah, I think that'd be really cool to show that actually just because we've got Professor Hulk doesn't mean that he's not going to go a bit cuckoo occasionally. And also, a last little thing, I'm not sure if I wanted, so I didn't mention it, but it could be a past film. They could be on Sakaar, and Wolverine could have been one of the gladiators to fight Hulk. Like, that would have been a pretty sick thing, because you could also build them up slowly. You have Wolverine winning fights, you have Hulk winning fights, and eventually they come to blows, and then they find some common ground that leads to Wolverine escaping somehow.
Yeah, and I like that because it explains where he's gone all this time, why he wasn't seen anywhere in any of the Deadpool films, why he hasn't been around during the critical, colossal end of the world battles with the MCU. It kind of makes more sense that way.
I mean, what if as well, the person that actually saved him from that, maybe Wolverine was about to beat Hulk, and Magneto brought him up using his metal that's inside of his body and took him as a hostage to hold against Professor X, and that leads us into the X-Men film.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. And then you can have like it's not the Collector, it's his brother. What's his name?
The Grandmaster.
That's the one. Grandmaster could be like, you'd be like, what's going on? What the hell's happening?
Grandmaster or Games Master?
It's Grandmaster. Yeah, it's definitely Grandmaster.
So I started thinking like I was thinking the MI High villain, the Grandmaster.
All right.
And that's why I started going, oh, was that right?
Actually, when you say Grandmaster, it reminded me of Ragnarok, where Thor is about to meet. He's like, "You are about to meet the Grandmaster."
Right. Well, that's my pitch. We've got your pitch. We've got Ironheart with the 10 rings. We've got Hulk versus Wolverine, possibly on Sakaar. That's the two theories. So, well, the two pitches. And so we'll leave a poll right at the end of this, and you can vote for which one you think's right. And I think the only appropriate response, Ash, is to get a video of us drinking the beer when we get it and putting it online too.
Yes. I mean, I'll be probably uploading a photo of it, hashtagging everything on my Instagram. If you want to give me any questions, or if you just want to tell me how much of a dick I am, you can go onto my Instagram, which is that guy Ash.
So, Ash, where can people find you on social media?
Where I just said.
And if you want to find the channel, it's normally under Marvel Matters 2020, maybe Marvel Matters 20, or just Marvel Matters, because sometimes they don't give us the amount of characters that we want, and it still upsets me to this bloody day. Bloody Twitter and Instagram and stuff. I can't remember who doesn't let me and who does. So just look it up for yourselves. I'm sure if you type in Marvel Matters, we'll come up somewhere. And yeah, it would be lovely to hear from you guys. Do send us some tweets, send us some Instagram pics. Comment down below. We would love to get to know you guys, and if you've got any good stuff, we'll end up just getting you on the show, so that way we don't have to do as much work. Isn't all right, Ash? We don't want to do work, do we?
Quite lazy at the moment. Haven't done anything today.
Yes. So that's all we've got time for today. I'm going to do the one that I said makes me try look like I'm trying to be popular, because I'm going to try and be popular. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Also comment down below. Maybe you've got a change to one of our pitches. Maybe you've got an entirely different pitch, but there's going to be a lot more pitches coming up. So don't think that you've got the only pitches, because we've already got more videos that we're going to record today for you. So there's definitely more pitches that we've even got today, let alone which ones we just go like next week in the middle of the night and just go, we've got to do one now. So do just check out the videos. Don't forget to check out our other videos too. We did a great out of the box about if DC was brought by Disney, which is crazy. So yeah, check that out. Check this out. There'll be discussion number 2 coming out shortly as well. And stay safe during this time. And don't forget to make sure that everything matters about Marvel. I'm using a different catchphrase this time. I'm sorry.